think we are recording. 1, 2, 3.
Joining us now is News Nation special correspondent Ross Coulthard. Good morning. I've been looking forward to talking to you. How are you?
Good morning, Anna. At long last, we have some scientists who are able to demonstrate good science to prove anomalous phenomena is potentially real. That's the significance of what Dr. Jim Segala tells me on this week's Reality Check.
Yes, and Dr. Jim Segala, he's been featured on the hit show Skinwalker Ranch, which a lot of our viewers are familiar with. What are some of the otherworldly reports he's actually been able to verify with that proof and evidence?
Well, a lot of it is it's very clever. A lot of people were reporting phenomena. And one of the great dilemmas is the debunkers always say, where's the evidence? How do you prove this? And so what Jim conceived was a system where he set up a system of sensors called MUPAS, which are essentially looking for all the kind of different things that might happen during anomalous phenomena. Gamma radiation, electromagnetic radiation, gravitometers, changes in gravity. And he measured those with a sensor that the person who was experiencing this phenomena didn't know what it was recording. And they were writing down in a book at exactly the right time when they were experiencing things like UFOs, when they were having weird poltergeist phenomena in their house. And the incredible thing that Jim has discovered, which I think is potentially very scientifically significant, is that he was able to predict with an incredible accuracy of 4.8 sigma, which is a very high degree of accuracy, when these anomalous events were going to occur based on what the signals were showing in the sensors that he'd set up. So for the first time, you've got a link between what people are saying they're experiencing, ghosts, poltergeist phenomena, even aliens, people reporting experiences with non-human entities. And this is being recorded by them in a diary, in a book, and at the same time, this scientist is picking up this phenomena on the sensor systems that he's created and installed in their homes.
Well, it's just fascinating. It makes the hair on your arms stick up a little bit. Let's take a listen. I want to hear from him. How does Dr. Segala describe how UAPs can leave a magnetic footprint and how he collects data? Let's hear from him.
Have you been anywhere where a craft or some kind of UAP has whizzed by and you've seen a change in a magnetic field or any other of these correlative sensor data sets?
So now, after we've done this it started in, say, 2018, we've done this for quite a bit of time now. And I think at this point we have over 600 instances where we have something verified out in the environment that we recorded either video or seen through, cell phones or something like that. And at the same time, recorded something with the equipment that allowed us to correlate those two together. And then on top of that, looking back at the people, having them report that within some period of time afterwards, they would have some type of change to their body that indicated that something energetic went by them.
Do you feel like he's really changing the game here?
It is quite dramatic, Anna. I find the evidence that Jim's gathered, he's a really good, solid scientist. He's exactly what's needed in this area, because everybody always whines, where's the data, where's the empirical evidence?
That is true.
Well, here it is. And what he's saying is that there is a definitive link between reported anomalous phenomena and what he is picking up on his sensor systems. And the interesting thing, Anna, it's not just people like Jim that have been looking at this. After he did his research, the Defense Department conducted a secret study, and they looked at this phenomena very, very seriously indeed. So whatever the government says about UFOs or paranormal phenomena, it's taking it very seriously indeed.
Yeah, it's starting to make more headlines too. Ross Coulthard, thank you so much for joining us, waking up early. Appreciate it.
Well, that's kind of cool that they're basically able to kind of get actual.
That's an indication that they might
that they were able to actually get some evidence to kind of explain some of the UFO phenomena and then try to basically calculate the sort of what these UFOs are, what they can do, and sort of stuff. And, I'm not like an expert in any of this. I don't know everything that happens or what's the mythology behind this. I'm kind of like I am a believer in the UFO phenomenon, and I also know that we can't be the only people alone in this universe. And I know that there is something out there. I know that we have been visited. I mean, to think about that, we are the only people, the only planet in this entire universe that is with life kind of seems ridiculous, mathematically speaking. We can't be the only ones in all of the universe to even, to think that we're the only ones. No, come on. It's already pretty well known that we might not be the only ones alive out here. But it's good to see, especially from this video, that scientists are able to confirm some of the anomalies and actually get real scientific data to try to explain this phenomena. And I'm only hoping that this is gonna push forward more the research behind the UFO phenomena, and that we can try to get to the bottom of what is actually flying around in our airspace. Because I think I know, and we all know, and all UFO believers know that it's either aliens or some sort of government agency that has experimental aircraft that is using reversed technology recovered from crashed down UFOs. Because it has to be one of those two options. Because I can't imagine that it would have to be any other adversary government that would be even capable of having that type of technology. I mean, think about if they did, then I would imagine they would have attacked. They would have used that technology to their advantage to try to get an uphold on other countries. So I gotta believe that it's probably a small percentage is actually extraterrestrial, and then some of that, maybe 70-30, 70 is us actually flying in experimental aircraft, and 30% might be aliens. But one can only hope that maybe one day we can get the truth, and that hopefully people start talking about it more, normalize it, kind of get rid of that stigma of conspiracy theorists, tinfoil hat type of nonsense that you people just kind of roll their eyes and laugh at, and just kind of yeah, it'd be fun, but it wouldn't be, not that they actually believe that it could be real. There may be somewhere out there's some life, but to have visited us, it's kind of a long stretch for the average normal person. But then, to be fair, the average person nowadays does kind of believe that aliens would have visited us. I mean, it's definitely a lot different than what it was even 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I mean, it's definitely a lot different. But hopefully with more scientists kind of getting involved, maybe it normalizes the stigma around that, because it is important for scientists to try to get involved in researching this, because the more credible scientists you have involved in this, it legitimizes more this field of study that I feel can only do better by bringing in more minds, more ways of thinking, different perspectives to try to get the bottom of this. because we all know that the US government is going to try to hold on as much as possible to those secrets. And I feel like scientists, or even the average Joe, has to take in the responsibility of doing their own research and try to seek out the truth as much as possible. And we can only hope that one day we can work together to find out that ultimate truth of what is really going on. Because whatever it is, whatever is happening, whether maybe it's not aliens, maybe it's interdimensional, maybe it's demons, angels, I don't know what, whatever your beliefs are, there is something happening and there is something going on that we're not being told by the government. And we know that for a fact something is being hidden from us. And that is for sure a fact. And there's for sure evidence to suggest that there is a conspiracy to hide certain things. And I feel like it's our right as a country and as a human to know that truth, because our taxes are paying for it, for God's sakes. And so it's important not only for our existence, but as a human to know what is going on beyond this little reality that we all humans have created, this simulation of reality. I'm not really saying that we're in a simulation, but it's sort of like a way of saying our little creation of reality that we have manifested here on this planet by men no smarter than you. I don't know if I said that. It's like a Steve Jobs quote, but people will understand what I'm saying. But yeah, well, this was my first video, kind of just posting, kind of doing this as posting this as sort of as a challenge for myself to try to get more out of my comfort zone. And I think you can probably see that maybe my tone of voice is, or the way I'm communicating, maybe I'm a little nervous, and I feel like, that's okay. I have to go through that, one video at a time, and just try to get used to the idea of getting comfortable and just putting myself out there, especially being kind of an introvert. And so even though this gets probably 0 views and maybe not a lot of subscribers, but I don't think that's what I'm really looking at from that perspective. I'm kind of looking at it as like just posting as a way to prove to myself that I can do it, and as a challenge to myself that I can do it if I put in the work. And there's a famous saying from a line that I heard: consistency doesn't guarantee success, but not being consistent will guarantee that you're not successful. So either choose one or the other. So I'm choosing trying to be consistent and just try to enjoy the process and just take it one day at a time and just trying to do better and see what happens. Guys, catch you later. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever you guys want to do. Like I said, this is my first time, so everyone's first video is kind of like bleh. But hopefully you enjoyed this first video reaction, kind of my little commentary on like the government, and maybe I'll do more videos like this. So yeah, take care. Thanks for watching. Peace out.